This is not going to be your typical history class. We are going to be unpacking some very difficult subjects, like slavery and the Holocaust.
As you guys can see, I'm trying to go for a look over here, so you guys can go to the comments and let me know how I'm doing. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Netflix show Never Have I Ever, and this review is from the perspective of an Indian teenage girl. So yeah, I'm going to be covering the things that I liked about the show, the things that I think that they could have done a little bit better, and also I'm going to be telling you guys my theories about the season 2. Let's get into this video. Spoiler-free review for the most part, so if any of you are here and you have not watched the show, there is literally no need to worry. Let's get into the things that I like about this show. So Never Have I Ever has an amazing cast. Maitreyi Ramakrishna is goals, and all of the actors are really good at what they are doing, in my opinion, and I think they were all pretty amazing. I also enjoyed the narrations, which were done by a 30-year-old tennis player. That was a weird combination, but it worked. Of course, the protagonist is my favorite. I love Devi, and I think she is relatable to every girl out there. Even if you are not a science geek, or even if you're not as headstrong as her, you can relate to her on some level or the other. I think we need more characters like her in teen dramas which are not two-dimensional and you can actually connect with them. I could actually empathize with her, and even if there were times where I thought she was being really stupid and I wanted to punch her, I still ended up falling in love with the character of Devi, or Devi, you know, you can call it whatever you want. Also, I think the outfits that everyone wears in this show are pretty cool to look at, and they are actually an accurate representation of what teenagers wear, unlike some other shows. One of the other things that I like about this show is that the accents and the lack thereof. So obviously everyone has an accent, but I like that they did not go for the typical Indian accent which you see everywhere. It blows my mind when you see people who have been living in the US for years, probably never been to India, and you see those characters talk in a ridiculous Indian accent. I mean, I have nothing against my Indian accent, I'm talking in it right now, even if my Indian accent does not come as naturally to me as this accent which I got from watching too many American sitcoms. It only makes sense for Devi to not have an Indian accent because she has literally never been to India, and it would be ridiculous if she did have an Indian accent. And most of the times I can tell that characters with Indian accents are only talking in that accent so that they could insert a laugh track after everything they speak. I think the Indian accent is really cool, but only on Indians who actually have an Indian accent. I want to give props to this show for being an accurate representation of teenagers for the most part. Overall, I think the characters have been portrayed realistically. They don't seem like two-dimensional caricatures. Like, you know, even if some of the characters are a bit over the top, like there is Fabiola with how awkward she is, and there is Eleanor with her theater thing going on. In first episode, I really thought that I was going to be annoyed by these characters, but by the last episode, I was rooting for each one of those characters, and they all had their own storylines which did not revolve around the protagonist's storyline. Of course, they were side characters, but they were treated with some dignity and respect, and I appreciate that. I don't think all side characters need to have a super important, compelling plot, but I still appreciate them not being treated as humor devices or, you know, just to escalate the plot for the protagonist. All the boys in the show are also super cute. Now, I usually don't believe in patting shows on the back for representation of minorities because, one, that is the bare minimum and that's actually good for their show. So I don't think you need to pat shows on their back for being quote-unquote progressive just for including different characters. People know that not everyone in the US is white and straight, so they are just being realistic by portraying characters that are not white and straight along with characters that are white and straight. Like, yes, there is diversity in the show, but I'm not going to pat it on the back for being so diverse. However, I am going to pat it on the back for having a good coming out scene. I don't think I'm the right person to have the opinion about that, but listen, when we are speaking of the US, I believe that most people there have become more accepting and progressive over the years. That means that people come out to their parents. I think in the US, parents are more likely to be accepting than they are to be unaccepting of their children. But when you see in every single television show or movie or whatever that the parents are not accepting of their children at first and they end up facing some backlash, young people in the LGBTQ plus community still have the fear of not being accepted by their family. You see this with Fabiola, where she is so freaked out about coming out when her mother does not even think it is such a big deal, and her mother is totally okay. Her mother said that you just said something super important, let me take a minute to process, when Fabiola is freaking out that her mother actually hates her for being a lesbian. And I think that's why we need more coming out scene where the parents are accepting. More people are having positive experiences when coming out to their families than the people who are being rejected by their families. Now I want to touch on a few things that I think could have been better about this show. First of all, representation. Okay, so in the episode Never Have I Ever Felt So Indian,
Lord Ganesh, and a time to share warm moments with family.
I'll find you later. Zehra sada ke rakhna, chehra chupa ke rakhna.
I think they wanted to have this as an inside joke with all of the Indian viewers. I was not offended, but I just found it kind of funny, ironically. I don't know if they were going for this. I hope they were, because if they were not and this was an actual mistake, Netflix, you need better production and you need to get actual Indian people involved. Before we get onto the season 2 theories, I want to talk about some of my favorite moments from the season 1. So I especially dig all the conversations that Devi has with her therapist. I love every time that Kamala gets hit on by some guys and does not even realize it, and I like how Devi is so openly jealous of her cousin. I also think Devi's mom is a badass, and I also like the representation of slightly problematic mother-daughter relationship. Also found the parts where Devi is missing her father, or her father visits her in one of her dreams or hallucinations or imagination or whatever that was. I found those moments very wholesome and I was actually crying a lot of those times. I also like the moments where Devi and Ben get competitive, whether it is for their studies or flexing their social life. I like the moments Devi has with Paxton, like the genuine ones when she is not trying to get into his pants. And oh yeah, that is one more thing. The trailer makes the show out to be super stupid, but there is so much more to this show. You can't judge any of the Netflix shows by their trailers. Like, I hope we have realized that by now. I think the trailer does this show an injustice. There's so much more to this show than Devi trying to get into Paxton's pants, and that actually turns out to be a part of her self-development journey. It turns out that her crush on Paxton was merely a coping mechanism for a lot of the other things that she was dealing with under the surface. So, one of the things that I think that is going to happen in season 2 is Devi actually ends up single. That's where Devi actually goes on her journey of self-discovery and coping with the grief of losing her father and so on and so forth. I really hope she gets better this season, but we all know this is a Netflix show, and if they are going for season 3, obviously season 2 will end up on a less happy note. Theory number 2, they are not moving to India. Netflix had to represent one cultural event for one episode, and look what they did. I don't think they can handle their show taking place in India. Next week onwards, on every Saturday, I'm going to be making videos about the media targeted at teens such as myself and give my perspective. So I have a video coming up about Riverdale, I have a video coming up about Wattpad fanfictions, and if any of that sounds like something you will enjoy, make sure you subscribe and also ring that notification bell so you don't miss it when it's out. That being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead of you. Take care, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye!